How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Virtual History 360. I'm Mr. Wade, and this is, History Teacher Vlog number 24. Can you believe this is our 24th installment? Oh my goodness. It is January 4th. It is 5:08 p.m. and we just got through our first day back for the second semester. So I got a lot to update you with. Let's get started. All right, so like I said, this is our first day back of the second semester, and oh my goodness, there have been a lot of changes. All right, so let's break it down. We have a new schedule, we have new kids, we have more digital and face-to-face. There's a lot to break down, so let's get started. Here we go. First and foremost, they've added another lunch period to our day. That's a good thing because that gives more schedule flexibility, but to accommodate the extra lunch and to free up the schedule, they've changed every teacher's schedule. Okay, so my schedule used to be first and second period teaching, third period planning, fourth period teaching, fifth period lunch, sixth, seventh, and eighth period teaching. Okay, spaced out evenly. Now that it is January, I have first period planning, second and third period teaching, fourth period lunch, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth period teaching, which is not that bad. It's 4 classes at the end, plus we have a pride period, so 4.5 classes in a row without a break, but it's not terrible. It's not that bad. It's different. Oh, I'll tell you, as a teacher, I think you'll appreciate this if you're watching. Bathroom scheduling, trying to get that. We've gone half a year with one set schedule. Now I got to retrain myself, so that's something to think about as we move forward. So now there's new classes. I've lost one of my digital U.S. history classes, so now I have one face-to-face U.S., one digital U.S. I have one digital world class, and now I have 3 face-to-face world classes. But by adding that section, it lowered the number, so that was pretty cool. The kids are split up, so a lot of the kids were mine last semester. A lot of the kids coming back from digital that were my digital kids got to keep me as their teacher, so that's kind of cool. I have a little bit of a relationship with them, even though I didn't have them face-to-face. Some of the kids are new to me, and that's cool, get to know them. We approached today as a first day of school, just like normal. Our plan today, or my plan, what I did was procedures. I brought the kids in, we did a little icebreaker, kind of team builder, whether it be a snowball fight or take-off touchdown where they stand when they answer questions. That was kind of fun, get the kids to talk about themselves a little bit. We talked about my New Year's resolution, which I'm going to get to in just a second, and then went over school procedures just so the kids know what the rules are as we move forward. And end it with my classroom procedures, my rules, stuff like that. My rules are simple. If you didn't know, if I didn't mention it earlier, don't cause a problem. I tell the kids, that's my one rule. Don't cause a problem for yourself. Don't cause a problem for your classmates. Don't cause a problem for me. Simple, right? And I tell them, listen, we're human. We make mistakes. If you do cause a problem, fix it. And I'll tell you, I know this guy probably still watches these, or is going to watch this video relatively soon. He'll comment. I got this from my supervising teacher when I was an intern, Mr. Troy Simmons. So shout out to Mr. Simmons for that classroom rule. That's my one major rule. Be respectful, don't cause a problem. And if you cause a problem, fix it. Now, I tell them it's okay to make mistakes. You don't get in trouble for making mistakes, but if you repeatedly make mistakes, that's when it escalates. But starting off today, we're gonna do good, right? And then set up our notebooks because it's the middle of the school year. I still need to teach the content, so we're going to move into content later. So what do you say we talk about New Year's resolutions? Now, New Year's resolutions, if you saw the video I put out last week, it covers, the history of New Year's resolutions. It talks about some tips to help you, maintain your New Year's resolutions. So be sure to check out that video. You might find it helpful. But I told the kids, I go, set a goal for, something you want to achieve or something you want to do the rest of the school year. We'll put it in the notebook. If you look at the table of contents right about there, page 8. And come May, we'll look back to see progress towards that goal. And the good news is May is the 5th month. If you haven't met the goal yet, you still have another 7. Okay, so we kept it positive like that. I told them I have 2 resolutions for me personally. One, I explained the curse of knowing. What a lot of teachers go through is that we know the material and we forget what it takes to learn the material. So I told the kids, I go, keep me honest. If I'm overcomplicating the stuff, tell me, Mr. Wade, it's too complicated. Reframe it. and I'll take a step back and I'll try to explain it differently, because I don't want to overwhelm the kids, even though I'm still pushing them in the right direction, I think, as far as doing the work. And I told them my second resolution is to be happier. And I told the story of how 2 years ago when I first came to West Side, every passing period I'd be out there saying, happy Monday, happy Tuesday, whatever day of the week it was, and high-fiving all the kids. Of course, we can't high-five now with COVID and all that good stuff, but I can still be out there. And I've said that last year, I found myself doing that less and less often. And this year, the first half of the year, I didn't do it hardly at all. So I told the kids, I go, I want to be purposely more happy. And I told them, I go, listen, if there comes a day when class starts and I'm like, happy Monday, happy Tuesday, if I'm not like that, or I come and say, welcome, let's start class. If I'm not happy like that, I want you to stop me. Say, Mr. Wade, are you okay? And, let me take a step back again and, reflect and see how I'm doing. So I told my kids, that's my New Year's resolution because, I don't want to bring negative energy into the classroom. So I'm going to try to keep it happy and positive. And it kind of goes along with what I've said in previous episodes or installments of this vlog. So that about covers my New Year's resolution. What do you say we update on what we're starting with? So now for the class update. In World History, we are starting our Africa unit tomorrow. We have Vocab. In US, we're starting our New Republic, which covers the Washington, Adams, and Jefferson presidencies. Again, we'll entry level, begin with vocabulary. I tried to come up with a different way to do vocabulary. I'm gonna try tomorrow, we'll find out if it works. But I Googled vocabulary activities and I found someone talking about 2 truths and a lie. Now that's an icebreaker activity I've done with classes before. We can talk personally about yourself. But for vocabulary, you give the kids, and you can pair them up in groups, doesn't have to be individual. But you give the kids a vocabulary word, a new word that the class hasn't learned yet. And you tell them to write 2 truths and 1 lie about that vocabulary word. And then as a class, you present it and you try and get the kids to guess what the lie is. Try as an introduction to the vocab, but it also gets some critical thinking because they have to come up with something that applies to the word and something that doesn't. So we'll try that tomorrow and see how that works. I'm going to use it for both my World History kids in the Africa unit and my US History kids in New Republic. So we'll see how that goes. We'll find out. I don't know. I think it'll work, or else I wouldn't try it, but we'll see. So that's where we're at in the curriculum. What about you guys? Starting the year, hitting the ground running, right? If you're a student, what are your teachers doing? If you're a teacher, what's your plan for the next week or so? Let me know. Leave a comment below. Hit that like button, subscribe, turn that red button gray, so you can keep up with more of these videos. And if you want to support the channel, check out my Teespring link right here. And for Virtual History 360, I'm Mr. Wade. I'll see you next time.